Hey, welcome back to Illegitimate Cuppings. I'm Philip.
I'm Camden.
And we've got Nick on the camera today. We're going to be bringing you a quick coffee review today of the Tanzanian Mabaya from Good Folks Coffee out of Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to be doing this in a couple of brewing methods, talking to you about what we taste in it, what we think of them as roasters, what we think of this coffee, and we're going to tell you all about this. So we're going to brew up a quick Kalita wave brew of this. We're going to do a Hario off screen, and we'll go from there. Alright, so let's talk about what we're tasting in this coffee. And I want to draw your attention to their bag, particularly to the flavor tones that they're saying that they're getting in the flavor profile of this. They're saying you should be getting cola, spices, peaches, and cream. And honestly, I don't get this from most roasteries. I agree almost 100%. They're spot on with what they're saying. And what do you
agree?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting some distinction beyond that. And like we said, we're doing two different brewing methods here. We got the Kalita and V60 going. So we got some very minor distinction between those two brewing methods. I'm getting a lot of peach both ways. With the Kalita, it's a little bit sharper. It's a little bit more crisp. It's almost like the fake peach flavor that you would get in like a peaches and cream ice cream or candy.
On the V60, it was a more pronounced acidity, which sort of just distracted you from the peaches. I would even say it made it a more generic tropical or fruity flavor instead of just primarily peaches. Although it does come through, you do get that sort of carbonated cola feeling as well. And I think that's from the harsher texture of the. It's like a more papery body.
It definitely has that cola acidity to it.
Yeah.
The only place, and I think you kind of alluded to this, the only place I kind of disagree is it's less of a distinct peach, and it almost reminds me more of strawberry or an indistinct fruity sweetness. I could get peach out of it too, but I feel like I have to reach for peach, and that's not my initial reaction.
I would agree.
I would recommend these guys. If you're looking for a good example of what light roast coffee should taste like, go with these guys. Their packaging really highlights this. But when you look down, they have their little scale indicating roast level, and I kind of think that's spot on. I know some coffees that could go lighter than this. It does bother me a smidge that they're just saying it's light roast versus medium roast or whatever. And as the coffee roaster, I tend to prefer saying, oh, it's a city roast or a New England roast or a cinnamon roast. So looking at it, I can kind of see an argument for either a New England or cinnamon roast. All right, let's talk about rating this coffee. And we use a 7 to 17 scale here, bearing in mind that we're never going to rate anything as a 17, never going to rate anything as a 7 either. Those are exceptionally good and bad. But for this stuff, I'm going to rate it as a strong 15 out of 17. What are your thoughts?
Nothing below a 15.
Yeah, it's got a lot going for it. The only thing holding it back, when I look at the labeling, I want to be able to pick out a few key details that I'm not seeing. They give a very generic roast profile instead of a very clear profile names such as city roast or New England roast. I'm not seeing an altitude. I'm not seeing varietals. And those are things I like seeing on the bag. All right, we're going to give you some information on Good Folks Coffee and a couple of links down the doobly-doo. Check for that. Check out their website. We're also going to give you some links to our previous video comparing the Kalita versus the Chemex brewers, so you can see why we chose the Kalita on this particular coffee. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us with Illegitimate Cuppings, and we'll see you soon.
Subscribe.